Mm-hmm. Bingo. Hey.
Welcome to
another episode of Love and Beyond the I Do podcast. I'm your host, Jason, with Tina Marie.
That's me.
So tonight we're talking about unguardedness. Not just unguarded. We're going to be unguardedness.
That's right. So we have, if you didn't watch Sunday's episode from August 31st or Sunday service at Christ Universal Temple, you can go to you can go to our YouTube, Legendary Relationship, and scroll down and go to guest appearances and watch Sunday service. And say Jeffrey first. Sorry, Jeffrey and Andrea were our panelists, and so now we wanted to go a little deeper because I think sometimes when you are in the sanctuary, you're a little guarded. So we wanted to have a conversation where you're unguarded.
There
right?
you go.
You ready to cue the music?
I think I am, baby.
All right, so you know what today is, right?
Yeah, it's Friday, Mama.
It's Friday, so let's cue the music.
All right, let's get it.
Welcome to Loving Beyond the I Do podcast. This power couple is building stronger marriages one day at a time. Talking about real issues on love, relationships, and marriage longevity. Let's break down the barriers and engage in healthy conversation with your hosts, Jason and Tina Marie. Take a seat and buckle up because things are about to get real.
All right, welcome back to the Love and Beyond the I Do podcast. So again, we have special guests in the studio with us. We have the Reverend Jeffery and Andraya Wills
Today.
Okay, he's just Jeffrey?
He's just Jeffrey.
Jeffrey?
Yeah,
Okay.
You might feel guarded if you say Reverend.
Okay. Yeah, it's Jeffrey and Andraya Wills.
All right. So you guys give us, tell us a little bit about yourself. So I know Sunday, it was very quick. It was very brief. And it was just like you met in 23 on a dating app and then you got married in 25. But give us the whole, well, not the whole story.
Right.
A little bit longer story.
Okay.
Go ahead. Yeah.
So we we did meet on a dating app, BLK, if anybody's interested.
BLK?
BLK.
BLK. And what does that stand for?
It's like just for like Black professionals, is what it's supposed to be.
Okay.
The BLK.
But it's everything but that. But we'll get to that later.
Okay. Well, you got lucky.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I would say I had been on dating apps before, and had some dates and success. You know, I would guess mild success, like actually having a relationship from it. But going back on the app, it was his first time ever being on an app at all. Because I mean, you know, he just attracts whatever, whenever. So he didn't need an app apparently. But
I like that. You didn't need an app apparently.
This is what he told me.
Okay, all right. I see where you're going with that.
So his first time ever on an app, and within 3 days of being on the app, him and I wound up swiping the same direction, and it was a match. But the crazy part about it is we went on a date. Like we met within like 5 days, I want to say. So he did not follow any of the app dating rule.
What's his first time?
I didn't know that there was a pamphlet to this.
Right. You asked for my number the first day.
Absolutely.
Then when you got my number, you called me on FaceTime the first time.
He want to make sure you were real.
So you thought he had read.
Yeah.
So you thought he had read the guidelines.
Yeah, like who does this?
No, catfishing is real. So yeah.
Okay, so you wanted to make sure she was real.
Absolutely.
On
You
FaceTime.
can put anybody picture up online, and so I just needed to verify. That's it. So the best way to do it, I'm FaceTime
right away. And then we went on our first date within 5 days of that.
Yeah.
And after that, he was in love with me. So
I like that. I like that.
Okay. Now, what's your version?
This is exactly why I said go first. Because I wanted to hear her version. But some of it was right though. Some of it is right. So dating app BLK, we did meet, and it was crazy because it was my third day. And I woke up that morning and I just told myself, like, this is ridiculous. Because in the first 2 days, I was getting messages, I was interacting with people, but it wasn't anything of any substance.
Sure.
And this time, before I even took that approach to get back into dating, I had already worked on myself mentally, emotionally, coming out of an unsuccessful marriage previously. And then just getting to a place of knowing who I was and what I wanted to do next, right? And so when I walked into this idea of online dating, I'm like, I'm going in here with a plan, with a mindset of the type of woman that I want.
Gotcha.
And so
Everything
having
but that showed up.
so having conversations with people, you'll read their profiles and their bios, sound really good. But then you get into a conversation with them, you like, what is going on?
Right. This profile don't match.
Yeah, absolutely.
You was AI catfish.
Yeah, like absolutely. And I was just like, instead of being able to go out with someone on a date or to have them at a dinner table, it was so much easier to have them in an intimate space in your bedroom versus the dinner table to have a conversation. And I'm like, that's not what I want. And so by that third day, I got on, I woke up that morning, I'm like, Lord, why am I even grabbing my phone to get on this app? Like, I'm just going to delete it, right? But seriously, I was like, I'm going to give it one more try. So I got on there, literally, first profile I come across is Drea's.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay. See, I see pictures of her. Like, I literally, because it was online, I only had like one picture on
one little side
picture.
profile.
Yeah, I had one
just in
picture
case it didn't work out, right?
Yeah, because I didn't want to put myself all the way out there because number one, being in ministry, I don't want nobody from a congregation that I'm like, oh, what is Rev doing on the day? So I'm like, nah. And so I'm
gonna give a side profile just
Right.
in case
They think it's me.
skeptical.
They was like, I think I saw this guy, but what they doing on the app? But anyway,
so I'm already skeptical, but when I came across it, I'm like, okay, I see about 4 or 5 pictures of different elements. Like she had one of hiking, she had one like
she was
working
serious.
out. Yeah,
she was serious.
Yeah, she was serious about it. But the profile though was so like articulately wrote. I'm like, I'm big into punctuation.
Okay.
I'm big into punctuation. So as when I seen her structuring of it, I'm like, okay. So I hit like, and on there, in order for you to communicate with each other, you have to both like each other.
Okay.
So when I hit like, I didn't know, but it said you're a match, which
Because
means she's seen me. She saw my profile first. So I'm like,
you went with a side profile.
You know what?
That side profile was tight, right?
It wasn't even, and the crazy part was he had on a hat.
Wow.
It was all
and it was like, like your occupation. It says, "I work, sweetheart."
but you
you sassy, okay,
right? Okay.
But it was everything after that he said. Like he didn't. I mean, when you're swiping on there, you see so much stuff, and it was like, okay, well, he still seems like an interesting guy, right?
Okay.
But also, like, I didn't necessarily. I don't know. I didn't feel like we would be a match at first. Like this dude is like super handsome.
She thought I was
like,
arrogant
like,
and cocky.
He seems real cocky, but
on a side profile.
It was all the other stuff.
Oh, the profile itself.
So he AI'd the profile.
Oh, he juiced it up. Okay.
Right.
But we matched, and I was like, okay, he messaged me, and I'm like, oh, he
and
went
that's
in
what it
hot
was.
too.
Yeah,
like,
because my whole thing is, even from the profile, how I set it up was very strategic, right? Like I'm giving you the opportunity to leave enough stuff for you to have a conversation with me.
Okay. Right.
Give you a little bit. Right.
You won't have no reason to ask me any questions. So if my mindset first date, we go somewhere, because even our first date was non-traditional. Like, we went to Dave & Buster's.
Very public.
Yeah, I was like, come on, let's go out on a date. Let me take you out.
He's like, just dress down. No, you don't have to get all fancy, nothing. Like, I just want to spend
first
time
date,
with you and get to know you.
Yeah, let's just go have fun. Let's just be ourselves.
What made you choose that to go?
Because
were you looking for a way out? I mean, just in case it went south, it's like, we can have some fun and then we can go home.
I'll meet you up at the basketball.
Right.
A place where you can actually get lost because you're on your feet. That's true.
No, but for me, the idea of Dave & Buster's first is because it was somewhere to just dress down.
All right, Dave & Buster's, give us our plug.
Right.
Because I feel like on first dates, a lot of people go in with the mindset like everything has to be perfect and I have to be dressed up and I'm going to put this representation of myself
that's not real.
That's not real. And even from the beginning with me and Drea, like even our conversations was different. Even on the dating apps, I'm like, most of the time, everybody be like, oh, I have this quality, I have that quality. I wanted to know bad. I started out with, okay, tell me something that you feel like you're flawed in.
Okay.
Tell me
This
something.
was a job interview.
Yeah, you indeed, right.
Yeah,
Right.
because
This was not a regular day. This was a job. I don't care about your
If it was a job interview, he would have failed because he was late.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I was late.
He almost didn't get the job.
You talking about non-traditional? So he met you at Dave and Buster's,
Right, we met there.
Wow. So
Okay.
wait,
So-
you kind of in between old school and new school.
Mhm.
What was that intention? I'm not gonna pick you
So at
up.
the time he was still living in Kankakee,
Yeah.
and I
So
was
we
living
were-
in the city.
yeah.
So for
So-
him to come get me and do all that stuff, and I'm like, you're not coming to my house.
Mhm.
If this don't work out,
Right.
I don't even know
Because
where
at
I
this
live.
point,
So
so at
Gordon
this
was
point, all
like
you
the
had was a
middle.
side profile picture, right?
Yeah.
You-
Well, no, at that point we had we FaceTimed a few times.
Okay.
We exchanged more pictures. At that point, we had talked every single day, like for hours.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
yeah, it was immediate. Like even in our conversations on the app and like messaging back and forth, it was like, I don't know, like we had known each other. Like it was just an instant connection over a lot of
Mhm.
different things, like music and our family structure, and like there was a lot of stuff we had in common. So we were talking like every single day.
Mhm.
So by the time we met, it was like we were
Oh, so you didn't have to
familiar
find
with
out the person's favorite color or anything like that. You guys were way
Oh, yeah,
beyond
she didn't
that.
even want to know
Yeah,
because, right?
yeah, like all of that stuff, it came with time.
Okay.
Like,
that's we started with the serious stuff.
Okay.
And then
All
it was
right.
like-
And then we'll small
then we
talk.
did- I mean, I feel like at our age, some of those little things
Just
you
don't
realize
matter,
the importance of, like, you know
Yeah.
what's important at that point.
You-
Right.
And I
Right.
need to weed it out as quickly as possible. Like
Right.
I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to waste your time.
Yeah.
So let's figure out the important stuff first, and then we could get
And
into
then see if
so what was
we-
the last book you
yeah.
read. And like
Mm.
we can do all that later. But
Right.
right now,
Yeah.
I need to know if this is someone I could even be compatible with in a conversation, or to like bring in front of my child or around my family.
Mm.
If I don't see that immediately, there's no point.
Yeah.
Continue.
There's no
Now,
point.
you guys did you guys feel the same way? You wasn't sure. What's that?
I just want to do a plug for we are live at Raise
Raise
Up
Up.
Barber Spa. So
Yeah.
shout out to Kesia, the
Yes.
owner. That's
Yeah.
right.
We'll get on camera this time. Last time she
can come
ran.
and plug herself.
Right.
Kesia, you don't mind coming to plug yourself, do you? No.
No.
So
Okay.
we just want to give a shout out, guys. Also, don't forget we cannot see who's tuning in. So please drop some
Huh.
comments in the comment section. Say hello like you always do. If you're new, just shout us out. Just say good Friday, how you doing? Or you could just put a heart on emoji so that we can just thank you for being a part of the live broadcast.
Oh, we got a few.
Okay.
Oh, we got a few.
Oh,
Absolutely.
I don't see a
we
single
got.
thing.
Oh, because you got to hit the
Yeah.
thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
There you
so
go.
we-
You got a ton.
and then Jess is gonna make me wear my glasses tonight.
You don't have to. 'Cause you
All
got-
right, so we hold that thought that you had for her. Oh my goodness, I'm way behind.
Yep.
All right, we're gonna start from the bottom and go up.
Because they coming in. Thank
All
you.
right. MJ Green says, hey y'all.
Are you gonna tap it so everybody else can see it, or you just gonna talk it?
What you mean? How I do that? Oh, I don't know how to do that. I don't normally do it.
Okay.
So this guys, we on
I'm gonna go ahead and put
location.
it. All right, there we go.
All right. There
All right,
we
MJ
go.
Green, hey.
Hey Martina.
Hey Martina, how are you? Thanks for popping in. We greatly appreciate
Hey
you.
y'all. Hey Martina. All right, let's go to the next one.
How you going?
She says she loves. You got it?
Mhm.
Put it on the screen. So just so y'all can see, we got the screen right there. We normally have a monitor. It's all new setup, y'all. All new setup.
All right, we got
You skipped Martina.
No, I didn't. I got Martina.
No. She said I love DMB.
Okay.
You
I'll
ain't
get that in
see
a
it?
second, but go ahead. and
All
put this.
right. Oh, look at there. This is me, the Queen Aubrey.
All right.
All right. Hey, Aubrey. Thanks for tuning in, watching your wonderful
That's
parents.
Okay. All right. Ooh,
We going backwards or up. So which way we going, baby?
I'm going from the top. 'Cause this ain't working from the
Looks like
bottom.
Armand
There's a
is
lot
there.
of them.
So wait, we gonna put you on. Wait.
We don't need that
I
one.
think I.
Okay. Aubrey is coming in left and right. Keep talking though. Yeah.
Armand so fly, you can repeat that out loud.
All right.
All right.
There you go.
Yeah.
Regina.
I think that's your what?
That's one of our
One of our
friends.
friends,
yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
All right. So Regina, good evening, Regina. Good evening, dynamic duo, Jeffery and Andrea Wills.
Yeah.
All right. So it's the dynamic duo times two. We're
Times
we're
two.
gonna let them in on our title
Yeah,
tonight.
yeah. We give them a little bit. Right.
It's the power couples.
Yeah.
All right, who else? Oh, Deborah Blackman Parrish says, hello, daughter and son in love.
All right.
Parents, proud parents.
Absolutely.
All right. What else do we have? Singleversity says
Hey.
good. So for all of you guys out there, Singleversity is also one of our panelists. This is Lisa.
Okay.
Mhm.
So good evening, legendary peeps. Enjoying the vibe of both couples.
That's
All
all
right.
right.
Love
Appreciate
it.
you.
Thank you for tuning in, Lisa, and Singleversity representing. All right.
Yep.
Martina said, MJ Green said, I love DMB for the first date. I love it. Love it.
Yeah,
All right.
Absolutely.
I don't know if he was playing cheap, y'all. I don't
He was
know.
definitely playing.
He was
He's
like,
playing
"Well, I wanna-"
cautious. I
He
won't
was-
say cheap.
you know
I'll say
what?
cautious.
I think that was well planned out.
It
He's like,
was.
I won't spend too much, and if I don't like, I can either exit plan. I got to use
Right.
the back, and she'll never see me.
I mean, like, it's
Right?
a public place. I mean, it's a
Exactly.
perfect out.
That's what
You
I'm
got to leave
saying.
yourself an
Nah.
out.
All right, Deborah says, hey,
from
Deborah
Lil
Blackman. Hey, Dad and Andrea. This is Lil
Lil
Jeff.
Yeah.
Hey, Lil Jeff.
Oh,
how
Lil
are
Jeff.
you?
Oh, hey, what's going on, man?
Good, son.
All right. That's their son. All right. So Danielle Kennedy says, hello, everyone. Hello.
Let's
Let's
That's
get
Armand's wife.
Yeah.
Hey, Danielle.
Hey, Danielle.
and Armand is fly. Say it again out loud. Hey, Dad and Andrea. This
That's
is
Trend.
Trend. Hey,
Okay.
Trend. Everybody gets to chime in.
Mhm.
All right. Next one. Come on. We only got 60 minutes.
No, we got
Just
whatever.
skip
line
that.
we got. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Keep
Go ahead, I
going.
got you.
We already got Aubrey.
Okay. All right.
Mhm. She got it twice. Look at that. Cleo,
That's
hello,
funny.
Cleo, hello, Tina and Jason and the newlyweds.
Hey,
Yay.
thank you, Cleo.
Thank
How are
Cleo,
you? Thanks for tuning in. We
Hey.
appreciate you.
All right.
My sister here from Atlanta.
Oh, I see How do you say Jaya? Okay.
Janae.
Jaya Janae. Hey, y'all. Hey, Jaya Janae. All right.
She chiming in.
Blue-
My sister.
Blue
here.
Rough Chicago.
Don't say Armand again. He good.
Armand good. All right, we already got to
He's gonna
Armand.
have to be on here next. or something.
Right.
I
All
don't
right.
know.
So let's get to the next one. Deborah said, Andrea and Jeffrey explain the importance of communication before getting
Okay.
married.
Oh, okay.
trying to
All right.
run that
Okay.
stuff
Right.
over.
Now,
See,
we do the communication on this side. Thanks, though.
So
Appreciate you.
you're supposed to say, can you explain the importance? It's supposed to be like, I think she put a question mark
Mama
at the
trying to
end.
take
So
the show over.
it was a question.
There you go.
Thank you. We appreciate.
Thank you, Sandra.
Hey, Sandra.
Hey.
Thank you for tuning in on the drive.
That's funny.
All right.
Don't do it.
Hello,
Armand,
beautiful
come on.
people. We said hello. Armand, we know it's you now. We got her.
You got it?
Mm-hmm. Jaya Janae, so we got her. All right. Debbie. All right. Debbie say, hey, sis and bro. Wait,
Hey.
Debbie, what about us?
Right. Did you leave us out?
She did. Hey, Debbie, how you doing? Thanks for tuning
Yeah,
in.
that's my sister.
Yeah.
She's in Atlanta.
Atlanta. Oh, that's right. She's supposed to grab the book. That's right. Yep.
ATL.
Yeah.
Annette, all right, says hello, everyone from Memphis, Tennessee.
All right.
Hello.
All right. Welcome.
Whoop, whoop. All right. If you guys are not in Chicago, make sure you put your place. You Miss Versi.
I got Mercy.
Oh, Versi, good evening, Jason,
you
Tina, and guest. I'm sorry, I was looking over here.
Yeah, I know.
You know I'm
Not
like
looking on the
Jan.
screen. I
You
know.
I'm like Jan.
You're getting
following
like
your
Jan now.
Kool-Aid.
Yep.
Right. All right. I
Yeah.
think Deborah said something about can you? Oh, she
corrected.
right.
There you
Can
go.
you? Can you explain your voice? Okay, we gonna make sure we get into that. So, did you have a question for Jeffrey? Did we get all of them? All right, guys. Don't forget if you are watching, please drop
If
your
you
name,
have
drop
if you
a
have
heart,
a question that you would like to have
answered. Please drop it in the comments section. And if we don't get to it, we might have to do part 2. All right, because we are moving right along.
Yeah.
Did you have another? Were you making a comment, or you want to get into the question?
Oh, we can go ahead and get into the questions.
Okay. So we did. So you met 5 days in. You had the date. What was the next thing?
Oh, hold on. You know what? I think I got something here that I might want to play.
Okay. What do you want to
think-
play?
I
You think he might? He
I
has
think.
some. The audience. That. Put that up.
I
Okay.
might not, but I might. I don't know.
He's trying to see y'all. I don't know. This wonderful out of the studio experience. It's like an out of body experience.
No,
All right. So
I don't
until
think I
then,
do.
so what I did is I brought the
Nope, I'm not.
questions. After that, I brought the questions from Sunday.
Mhm.
Y'all see that CUT thing? And then we got the guarded answer.
Right.
And then we're gonna ask the
We're
questions.
gonna dig a little
again,
deeper now.
And then we're gonna get the real answer. Well,
got it.
that was real, but
Right.
just a little bit more detail. So,
You got it.
all right. So after 5 days, what was the next thing? And that you guys did. So you went on the first date, and then what happened after that?
Well, the first date went great. Like the first date went great, and the communication after the first date was even more amazing. And so that helped us to solidify what we did want next. And that was just to keep on going out, keep on talking, keep on communicating. And that's what we did. Like we did not miss a beat. Like there wasn't a day that we missed communicating with each other.
And probably still haven't.
Still haven't. Like,
So I know Sunday we talked about MIA. We talked about what mindset, intention, and awareness. And if you don't have that, you're kind of missing an action in your relationship.
Right.
So what was your mindset, your intention, and your awareness when you said the first date went well? What was your intention like when you did the profile and then you were looking for someone? So what was your intention going into this relationship?
To not repeat the same mistakes. I think that's probably the biggest
you know what? There's a lot to be said for that,
the same
right?
Mistake from you, or the same mistake with the guy?
In general, I think I tend to be very open-minded, and I kind of am like, oh, that's not a big deal. Oh, okay. And like you said, those yellow lights, those yellow flags, and like those always turn into red flags in most cases. And so ignoring some of that and being like, okay, well, as I get to know this person, maybe it won't be that big of a deal, and then it really is a big deal, but you're kind of farther along in the dating, or you're actually in a relationship, and you feel like, oh, wait, it's too late now. I gotta kind of see how this plays out before I can actually just end it. And now it's ending a relationship versus I went on a date, didn't feel right, I'm done. So I didn't want to do that again. But also not just, okay, I don't want to repeat the same mistake. What do I actually want? And taking the time for myself to figure out, who am I and what type of person do I want? And what type of person am I? And what am I bringing to a relationship? And then what do I want that person to bring to me? And setting that, my mindset is, I want, someone who is going to love me, and not just, from the place of, oh, I love the idea of who you are, like genuinely love me, all my flaws, all my everything, all my quirky things, all the everything, right? And I want to love them in that way too. And I don't, he knows, I don't like the term unconditional at all. I don't, there's a whole explanation for that, why I don't like that term, unconditional love. Because there's always a condition, and mostly that condition is that you love me in return and that you're bringing something back to me. And if nothing else, that's a condition to me. But that's just my thoughts.
I like that. Yeah.
Well, see, I'm just gonna put it right here. Just so unconditional love is when you're loving from the God standpoint. So not from the human standpoint. And only time there's conditions is when we are from the human aspect. When we like, well, you have to do this in order for me to love you. So when we put unconditional in the human aspect, we're thinking of, what are the conditions that you have to love me? But unconditional really means like God loves us unconditionally, right? And so we're supposed to love our mate unconditionally. I'm going to love you regardless. And so that really does apply with you, because you're like, I want you to love me in spite of my flaws, in spite of my shortcomings. So really, that really does apply to unconditional.
You want to be loved when you're unlovable. Because we go through those modes where we're not really lovable to ourselves and to our mates. So can you love me during that time?
And that's just my take on it. All right.
My mindset, kind of my intention is that I do want to be in a long-term relationship. I do want to be married, and I do want someone that I can bring around my family and build family with and connect with, and like just lay around the house and do nothing and still be okay with, right? And so that was kind of, what was the other one? Mindset, intention,
and awareness.
But also I think the awareness comes in aware of like me and what is actually possible for me. Right. I'm not going out trying to date some celebrity or anything like that. Right. That would fit my lifestyle. That wouldn't go with me. So being just aware of my life and how that person would fit into a space, on how I would fit into their space.
And so what was your mindset, intention, in going in, but from the app and the person you were looking for, and just after the first date, what was your mindset, intention, and awareness going into this relationship?
Well, my mindset going into this one, it had to be something tailor-made. And that happened after we've had several conversations, right? Because I think so many times we go into things with like a shell or with a model of how we think things supposed to be.
Right.
And so sometimes we carry that from relationship to relationship.
Yep.
But this time around, it was my intent to be like individualized. Let me see Drea for what she is, who she is, and let me tailor make everything and let it be personable. Because already seeing in conversations with her, I couldn't bring something from the past into this.
Oh, okay.
It had to be something new.
Well, gotcha.
It had to be something fresh. It had to be, but the biggest thing I had to do was I worked on self. Because when you're walking into and when you are expecting to create something real, the first thing you need to do is be real with yourself.
So your intention was to create
Yes,
something real.
was
You
to
were
create
looking for
something.
something
I was
real.
looking for something real because, you know, little background, like having been previously married, feeling like that first marriage was because of obligation.
Okay. Yeah.
Like we had a child young and growing up in a household where father was a pastor in the church and all the other stuff. Then I'm walking into ministry at this point and not wanting to do things out of order.
Right.
You know? So that first marriage, getting married out of obligation instead of love, it brought me to a place, but it didn't keep me there.
Got you.
It didn't keep me there. And so getting out of that, it was just like, it was my intention to just be like, I want something fresh, something that I can control and something that I can tailor make out of love. So my intention was always love, understanding. But first of all, I got to work on me, because when you go through something like that, that's toxic and something that really wasn't meant for you, and you just going through the motions, you build up all these ideas, you build up all these philosophies, you take in all this information from other people to the point where you almost lose who you are.
You're exactly
because you fall into everything that you hear, everything that you see. But when you step back and you be like, you know what, God, it's me and you.
That's it.
You work on me. You tell me, because I don't like the person I see in the mirror. Right. And if I was on the opposite of me, I wouldn't date me.
Okay.
That's some awareness right there.
That's what I had to work on.
Yeah.
And so I stayed in my singleness like until then, because every time I looked in the mirror and I looked at the things that I was doing or who I was, you know, and I'm like, I wouldn't even date me. I wouldn't even trust a man to date my daughter if he was like me.
Right.
Having an older daughter.
And that was the awareness that you knew you had to make some change.
Right.
You couldn't go into the next relationship as the same version as yourself. So let's get this comment.
I want to get
Jay or Janae?
Yep, that's who I wanted to grab.
Okay.
You in my
I'm in your Kool-Aid. Okay, she said, is there a thin line between unconditional love and boundaries when accepting someone? So I don't know who wants to answer. You want to go down the panel? All right, we're going to start with you, Jeffrey. Is there a thin line between unconditional love and boundaries?
Well, first of all, like you said earlier, unconditional love have everything to do with the God concept, right? And so it's mandated that we are supposed to love our neighbors and love our friends and love our brothers and sisters, right? But to me, in a relationship aspect, you have to get to that place. I feel like you have to get to that place. So I don't know.
So is unconditional love and boundaries, is it a thin line?
I don't think so. I don't know, because boundaries to me is totally different.
Right.
Unconditional.
So boundaries are totally different. So it's not a thin line.
No.
It's two different roles.
It's two different roles.
Okay, what's your answer?
I understand why the question is the way it is. Because when sometimes in a relationship, when you think about unconditional love, that means that person can say anything to me, do anything to me, and I'm supposed to just accept it.
Right.
But I don't
they love me.
But because they love me and I love them unconditionally, and this might be a condition if they say something bad to me and I don't like it, well, I got to take it because we're in a relationship and I love them and they love me. But to me, that's not actually like love. Like, yes, you you might say some things in the course of a relationship if you get into a disagreement that aren't nice, right? But you still have a line you don't cross with the person that you are in relationship with that you genuinely love.
Yeah.
So to me, unconditional love doesn't mean accepting everything.
Right.
So there's not a thin line.
No, there's
It's
not.
two sides of the street.
It's two different sides of the street.
Okay.
So you still should set boundaries in how you're treated by someone, even in the context of a relationship. Like, you can't just talk to me anyway. You can't just treat me anyway. And I'm not going to do that to you. So I'm still going to have boundaries when it comes to certain things.
And I'm going to piggyback on both of those. I think it's two. So for that question, I think it's two totally different sides of the street, because like you said, unconditional love applies to, you're my mate. I love you. I'm not going to judge you according to some things that maybe they are flawed. Like maybe you don't make the most money, right? Or maybe you had your background with something different that, or you don't have a skill, right? So that's unconditional love. Well, I'm going to love you regardless of some of your flaws, but I think boundaries are absolutely necessary.
For sure.
Boundaries also give respect, because if you respect someone and you set boundaries, you already know what boundaries to cross or what boundaries not to cross. But in relationships, you have to have healthy boundaries. And that's from the very beginning. Now, and I'm saying, so unconditional love, I think that comes once the marriage part comes, right? Once, or even once we're in a really truly committed relationship, not coming out the door. Like,
Right.
That has to be earned.
Yep. So how about you?
All right. So I say that boundaries create unconditional love. Right. So I'm going to show you.
I like that. Good answer.
Thank you. Yeah. You see how I weave that together? Yeah. Now, I don't follow you, just be coming up out of me. I don't know. It's just yeah. So what happens is, boundaries is to help protect you and protect your space. And if you set the boundaries right and you don't negotiate on your non-negotiables, then you can allow that person to love you the way you need to be loved, right? Which opens up that unconditional love. So I think everyone needs to have a form of boundary starting out, because if not, then one person or another may push boundaries or push things that happened in a last relationship onto this relationship, right? And you have to say, wait, that's not me. I mean, we had that early on. I took Tina to a restaurant that I used to take my ex-girlfriend, and she said it was nice. We had a nice experience. She said, but I don't like the food. I said, okay, cool. We won't come back here again. You know,
he had the nerve to say, but we were friends then. We
I could have taken you anywhere, but you still said something about my ex-girlfriend. We were just friends. I don't understand
we were
that.
just friends then.
Okay. I hate to see if we were dating.
Right.
Right.
Said, my ex-girlfriend really liked this place. You want to go now?
Yeah, it's food. I mean, like, how could you go wrong?
I was like,
but I'm back to saying no.
And it had nothing to do that his ex-girlfriend liked it. But once we finished eating, I was like, I don't like this place. Like, it's not my vibe. I don't like the food.
You felt her
and listen, my boundary was, don't ever bring me here again.
And I saw that.
Yeah.
So yes,
and I think that was the first and last time.
So to answer the question, it's two separate sides of the road, but I feel that boundaries will create.
So one road leads to the other.
It can, yes.
Okay.
Or it can eliminate. It won't get to the unconditional love, because you'll find out that they keep crossing my boundaries and there's no love here. Right. So you can't get it. Right.
But you said something, because get out of my mind, because we're close together. So my next thing was, did you have non-negotiables?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, what were your non-negotiables? and actually, so after that, then I'm gonna ask you,
did you bend on them?
Yeah.
Did you go easy on a couple of those non-negotiables?
Like, he got a cute smile,
right?
And he gets along well, but I'm gonna tweak this a little bit. So, did you have any non-negotiables?
So I'm gonna say yes, I did. And
that sounds like a guarded answer.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say yes.
But I'm only saying that because I'm about to get into the other part of that question.
Oh, okay.
The thing that there were some changes that happened early in our relationship where some of those negotiables were negotiated. And
so you negotiated your non-negotiables,
but not initially. And I'll explain why. So
without giving feel comfortable with what you give. Yeah.
Long story short, like there were some issues with like him and like his employment, right?
Okay, because I was just saying, be mindful that the children are watching.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, well, what do I do about that? Like, I need a man who's working and making money and bringing money in, and like, he got injured at work, and that caused an issue. So it's like, so do I just break up with him?
Well,
Do you have money?
that's a
this week?
negotiable, right?
If it's a non-negotiable, and
Yes,
that was a
yeah,
compromise,
yeah.
I had to think to myself, like,
Mhm.
okay, well, what do I do?
Mm.
This is a non-negotiable for me, that this person is bringing something financially to the table.
Mhm.
And now there's a possibility that there might be a period of time where they can't.
Mhm.
Mm.
Is it truly a non-negotiable if I genuinely love this person and I know the situation and I understand the circumstances? Is that something that I'm willing to even bend on?
Right.
And I realized that I was, because maybe in other situations I would not have been.
Right,
Right.
right.
He started
right.
the relationship and
Right.
it was like day
Yeah.
one, he like, look,
See,
yo,
that's what I was gonna
You know,
say.
I just got laid off,
Yeah,
yeah, like
later.
today,
But I
yeah.
knew the type of man that he was already.
Mhm.
And I love the type of person that he was already. So I there was other things and other qualities that he brought to the table beyond
Just the money.
just the money.
Mm.
So it was like, this is something that I can deal with. Like, this is something that, even though I thought it would have been a non-negotiable, it might have been just in dating, but in the
Right,
context of our
right.
relationship
Okay.
with someone that I love, it was like no brainer. Like,
Yeah.
okay, well, we'll figure it out.
I
Okay.
can see that,
Well,
right?
we'll
Yeah.
do
Like
it.
if I
Yeah.
met you from day one, you're like, well, you know, I've been unemployed for 6
Yeah.
months.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
I don't think so.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
No, no.
So why aren't you working? Well, you know, I'm waiting for the right job.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I
yeah.
can see that.
Mm.
So how about you? What was one of your non-negotiables?
Honestly, I didn't have none. Like,
No boundaries.
I
No,
know,
right.
no,
Just
like,
gave it
out
a
here.
drink.
and I know that sounds very,
Out here with
Yeah,
side
yeah, it does. It's
profile.
just
it
like-
sounds very vague, but like I trusted her. Like,
but you
I-
didn't know her.
No,
Right.
wait.
Without knowing her.
Like,
So
No,
you-
no, without
right,
knowing her.
what
right.
boundaries? Okay,
Did
No, non-negotiables like,
non-negotiable.
I don't want
this
even. I
is a
don't.
front tooth and I can't do it. Like,
Right,
I don't know,
right,
it's
right.
something that
But
you're
I
like,
So
couldn't.
a
I already
non-negotiable-
seen that.
So a non-negotiable for me was I would not date a man who smoked or
Got
drank.
you. Okay,
Like
got
that
you,
was a
got you.
non-negotiable. If you
So I
smoked,
gotta
it was
get
no,
out
I
of-
can do it outside, or
this.
I'll do it not in your presence. If you smoke, that was a non-negotiable.
Okay.
If you drank, that if you got high, if you did no,
Whew,
that was a non-negotiable. I was not negotiating that.
I ticked all them boxes.
See,
I shot
And
right to
and
the
you know
top.
what? And not that is anything wrong with it,
Right.
right?
It's
I
just
don't-
not for you.
Right.
Right.
I don't judge people who do. It's
Mhm.
not a judgment zone. It's just that everybody has their own non-negotiables.
Mhm.
And what I want in my life, that was one of them. Now, Jason, and again, right? Everybody is different. One
Right.
of Jason's non-negotiable, but then you have to think about it. We were young when we got married.
Mhm.
Yeah, real young.
Very young. I think I was like 6. But
Yeah.
anyway,
I came and got it right out of the nursery. I said, I want that one right there.
when she get old enough to be married,
Right. Send it to me.
Jason- Right. So we talked about this last night on the rewind. Jason's non-negotiable was he didn't want someone with children yet. Right. And so we were young, and to meet somebody in their early 20s that already had a family, that was his
What's that thing?
non-negotiable.
Right.
Not saying that. And so when you
I could have
put-
made it work, but it's
Yeah.
just something that I.
Yeah.
But you know what?
Yeah.
Again, growing up in the neighborhood,
Mhm.
majority of all the girls had, kids.
Mhm.
And then you see that over and over and over again. Is like,
Mhm.
you know what? I'm just starting out. I don't want that. I mean, if I have to, I can make that happen because
he
I
would have negotiated.
right
his
because
non-negotiable.
my stepdad did a wonderful job with me.
He
Right.
did.
And he didn't treat me any different.
Shot treat.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it is like we said, it's not judging. It's
Right.
just that every individual is different,
Mhm.
and what you want and what you're, is just
Yeah.
different. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that you have a non-negotiable. You
So-
knew she couldn't. Well, you said that she needed to be able to punctuate some sentences.
Oh,
Right.
yeah,
Right,
yeah,
right.
Yeah. So
And I
okay,
think
so
it's-
so
I
in
like
that
church
sense,
and music and stuff like that. That was
Yeah.
like a-
well, okay, I'll go back and I'll say that then. So in our conversations, we did discover our relationship with God and church and everything, right? And I was just like, and I know this is gonna sound real bad, but I'm like, man, I do not want one of them super churchy. I do not.
See, you had a
Okay.
non-negotiable.
Yeah, I do.
But
Because
you wanted her to believe in God.
yeah, I
right?
wanted her
God
to
first.
believe, but don't be that one that,
Bible
that
told
can't
me.
have fun. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Right.
Because sometimes when people hear that I'm in ministry,
Mhm.
it automatically turns into 3 different type of women. It turns into the one that be like, oh no, my lifestyle does not afford me to be with a preacher, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or it's the second one that be like, Okay, you a preacher, but you like to do this. You like R&B music. You like jazz, and then this judgment. Or it's that third one that be like, "Oh, I'm finna go find my first lady hat.
Yeah.
I'm finna find my
Straight to
skirt
the
that
front
go all the
row.
way down to the ankles." And I'm like, "No, that's not what I want." And so I tell people all the time, like, yes, I am in ministry. Yes, I love God, but I am human. I love me some R&B music. I love some jazz. Like, let's just have fun. Let's just be ourselves.
All right, who you got?
Wonderful. Let's get this. So Sandra.
Sandra.
All right. So Sandra says that says Aaron.
Aaron? All right, well, go ahead and read Aaron.
All right. Hey, all. Congratulations, cousin.
that's my
Happy
cousin, Aaron.
seeing you glow, Andrea. He loved all of you. No non-negotiables.
All right.
All right. There you go. She was so perfect. He was like, I forgot my non-negotiables. Dang. They just went right out the door. Okay. Bobby says, hey, Bobby and Bobby Nicole R. Moore. Good evening from the Moors.
Good evening,
Bobby.
guys. Thank you for tuning
in. That's
in.
right.
Appreciate you.
Ella
Ella,
said,
hey, Ella, how are you?
You still have to love yourself. Yes. All right. Absolutely right. You still gotta love yourself. Hi, all. It was Ella again, especially to my soror. No, my soprano sister. Okay. Yeah, you know, I saw the S, you know. So, hey, especially to my soprano sister, Andrea Wills.
All right.
So, thank you for tuning in to see your soprano sister.
Yeah.
Sandra says, team together right here. There you go. Team
That's it.
together.
That's it.
And then we got them all?
I think so.
All right. So we're going to take this back down. Let's get back into the conversation. So Sunday, we had a little question. And so the first question was, and I think your answer was great, but let's see if we can go a little deeper. So the first one was, how do your thoughts about your partner affect the way you treat them each day? So instead of the politically correct, let's get into what are your thoughts when, like you said, you guys had an argument, you had a disagreement. And so you're just a month into marriage. So I'm sure was there any arguments in this month?
Yes.
All right.
I like that. So they're human. All right.
Yeah, there was arguments before.
So I was gonna say the before because it's different once you're married, but okay,
It is different.
pick one. All right, give us the before and after. Tell people what to expect before they get married and then after.
Okay, I'll be honest.
Mindset.
Before, I would always be like, I have a choice.
Oh,
I don't have to be here.
oh, true.
Is that
This
to
is my
him or to
choice.
yourself?
Oh, to him.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That was not nice.
No, I was thinking that, but you said it.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna always be honest with you, and especially in the sense of like we're in a disagreement and things are heated. That's why sometimes you say things you don't really mean, and that was something that I realized. Like saying that to him made him feel like, so you're not locked in with me,
Right.
You're not committed like I am,
Right.
And how does that make him feel when I say something like that to him, right? And adjusting my mindset. But I think it really shifted once we got engaged.
Okay.
And that kind of raised my level of, I want this relationship. I want to be here. I want him to feel confident, just like I want him to reassure me. And I always want to feel confident and that we're always going to work it out together and all this other stuff. Like I need to give him that confidence too. And then I think in marriage, though, I don't even think that, like, I don't even have that, like, there is no choice. I've chose. I said I do. That was my choice. And now it's how are we going to figure out how are we going to navigate this?
Right.
Do we need to just agree to disagree? Do we need to actually find a resolution? Do we need to kind of retreat to neutral corners, think about it and process it on our own and come back together? Like my mindset about it has completely changed in the way that I approach him even in a disagreement. Like I think that just I feel like that has changed. I don't know if you'd agree. But.
But even with that though, like I had to get to a place also where I had to tell myself that not everything requires a response.
Nope. Doesn't.
You know.
So the question was, how does your thoughts about your partner like affect how you treat them? So back when you were dating and you had a disagreement, and let's go back to what she said, and now you guys are in a heated conversation and she says, well, I have a choice. Like I don't have to be here. And so what in that moment, what were your thoughts? And then how did that affect how you treated her like the next day or, even from that
Or the
point
next
on.
argument.
Yeah.
because even when she say that type of stuff, like she said, it was hurtful, right?
Mhm.
Like what? You don't have to be here. Okay, so all right, you don't have to be here, but yet you chose to be here.
Right. Yeah.
And so now that you're here and we're at this place of having an argument, what was the reason? What's the reasoning behind the argument? Because we're not arguing for no reason. You're up here. I'm not going to match your energy. Number
Mhm.
one, I'm not going to get up here with you.
Mm-mm,
No,
it's low.
no,
Yeah,
When
yeah, it's
we're
low.
going to
When that high voice is low energy.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
High
because
pitch, low energy.
Low energy,
yeah,
low
because
energy.
both of us being up there is not going to make nothing better, right?
Right.
Mhm.
So come on. So even with that moment, I had to learn how to give her space. Because at first I'm Mr. Solve it. Like I want to solve everything.
Whoa.
Just
What's
like
the
man.
problem?
Yeah.
What's the problem?
Right
like
now.
talk
Yeah.
to me
In the
right
moment.
now. Yeah, like I want to talk about it in the moment. She always used to be like, no, just give me my space. Just give me my space. But my whole thing is you and me are in this space right now. There
Mhm.
was a reason. And she always say, well, you gotta let stuff go. You can't hold on to. I was like, because I'd be like, but we was just fine an hour ago.
Yeah.
We was just fine. Like,
But we're
everything
not
was
fine now.
fine.
Everything was perfect last week. Like, but it's
Yeah.
not last week. It's right now. It's today.
Yeah, so I had to just learn how to just be in that moment, but also I had to tell her too, though. Like even in arguments, like I feel like her expectations of how I handled it
Mhm.
was still on the mindset of things in her past.
Sure.
Mm.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, you're looking for me to respond in a way that's familiar to you,
Yes.
based off of
Yes.
what
Yes.
others have
Previous
done to you.
experiences.
Yes.
And I'm not them.
Mhm.
And so what I had to tell her at first, like when the little things started, I used to be like, I'm not him.
Mhm.
Don't make me pay
For
for
his
something that
Somebody else
did
did.
to
Yeah.
you. And I'm not going to respond in a way that makes something feel familiar to you because I know that that was a hurtful time period in your life. So I feel like sometimes when we had those arguments, it was like baiting to
Yeah.
see,
Mm,
you
yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So
Or sometimes it could be subconscious,
Mhm.
right? So she was, like you said, that
Mhm.
familiar
mhm.
of what was in her subconscious
Mhm.
from previous relationships. And so she didn't even know what she was doing,
Yeah.
but you knew.
Yeah.
Right.
So my
Especially if you
thought
already
was
think you are past that,
Mhm.
right?
Right.
Like,
Right.
okay,
Mhm.
Right.
I've moved on. I've been to therapy. I did all the work. I'm
Mhm.
good. But it's one thing to have it all together when you're still single and it's just you,
Yep.
Yeah.
and you don't
Mhm.
have to interact with someone.
Yeah.
And then being in a relationship with someone who genuinely loves you, when you genuinely love them, and then things come up and you're like, wait, where did that come from? Like,
Mhm.
hold on.
I seen this movie before. I know
Yeah.
exactly how it's gonna play. So let me just go ahead and skip
And
to the
almost
end.
like outer body, like I
Mhm.
know this is not right. Why am I doing this? Why am I saying
Mhm.
this? And in some ways, like you said, it's a subconscious way to almost heal it for real.
Yes.
Because he came with a different energy towards
Mhm.
me than I expected, or that I probably would have. Yeah, I don't think I would have been receptive to maybe in other situations. And so with him, it was like, okay, hold on, what's going on here? Wait, hold on. Because I'm
Mhm.
not gonna give you back what you think I'm giving you back.
Right.
And yeah, you say you got a choice, but you don't. You're here. So let's figure it out.
Right.
And okay, like I'm
Yeah.
not leaving. I'm not walking out. I'm not gonna slam the door. No, we're not doing that. We're just gonna work it out and
Mhm.
figure it out. And I think it just took me a while in the different stages of commitment
Mhm.
to really genuinely understand that, because I hadn't ever really had that in any relationship until now. Otherwise, I probably would have been married to them, but I didn't. So
Right.
I didn't really have that. And he showed me something that I had not seen before. So I think that's what
And
helped.
And I think that's my mindset every day. Like walking into this relationship is to just be even the things that she can't see for herself,
Mhm.
you know? And sometimes I have to really tune in to her and listen to her. Like sometimes even now with different arguments, she'd be like, but you don't hear me. You don't hear me. I don't hear you, but I see you though. And I recognize the things,
What's,
you know what I'm
what's that
saying?
mean? I don't hear you, but I see you. So that's gonna, and I want you to get into that, but that's
Mhm.
gonna take us back to Deborah's question.
Mhm.
Explain the importance of how. What was her question? How to communicate, or how did you?
Communication.
Yeah, communication.
The importance of learning how to communicate, or
And I think
I
they
hate to
just
pretend-
I think they
right.
just answered it because
well,
the fact that he didn't respond to the bait that Andrea was giving him
Mhm.
made them start to communicate differently because
Mhm.
she was used to, hey, look, I can leave And your response should have been like, fine, go ahead and go if you want to go.
Mhm.
That's what it should have been.
Yeah.
But then when it wasn't, it was a different conversation because,
Mhm. It was
okay,
like,
now
oh,
you're here
this is-
and now we're going to work
yeah.
through it. And
Mhm.
it's like, okay, never had that before.
Yeah.
So this is new
that-
territory.
Is that communication?
Yes, it's
Is
communication.
that learning? I guess
Yeah,
to
yeah.
answer her
I-
question.
The reason why I'm saying this communication is
Mhm.
because he didn't match the energy.
Mhm.
She threw something out and it was just out of, norm or whatever. It's
Mhm.
like this comes up and normally,
Anger or
right.
whatever.
This is how I deal with it. Right. I can
Mhm.
tell him this and this is just going to set the record straight. But either way, but then he comes back with something different, more calming, more like, no, we're going to sit our butts down and we're going to talk about it like adults.
Mhm.
And she said, "I need my space."
And she said, I need that space. But she stayed.
And
Mhm.
but in that, even still him learning to like also me saying I need space doesn't mean I am leaving. It just means I need a minute to collect myself and
Mhm.
really process like what am I actually upset about? Like what actually are we talking about? So you're right, it did force us to communicate in a
Mhm.
different way. And even now, like we can disagree about things, and sometimes it's like, why are we even talking about that? Like
Mhm.
what are we even doing? Like why
Right.
are we like that's not something that's like
Yeah.
that's some low vibration. Like
Right.
Yeah.
we
That's
don't
not even
need to-
important.
Yeah,
it's not even
Right.
important. And I think in this first month of marriage, some of those like engaged and dating things have come up.
Mhm.
And it's like, again, we have to shift the way that we communicate, like
Mhm.
we did when we first started dating. Like now we're married, and some of these things, like,
Mhm.
okay, let's figure out how we're gonna work this because this is not something that's gonna like be a daily thing. This is not gonna be a weekly thing. This is not something that's gonna come into our relationship, in our marriage. Like we have so many things we're supposed to do together. And we
Mhm.
have a purpose as a couple. And is this really serving that purpose? Like, is this little thing like you
Exactly.
didn't put
Exactly.
this fork where you're supposed to put this fork? Like, and now
Right.
we're gonna go back and
Right.
forth about
Like,
the fork.
is that
Right,
really
like,
that
Yeah.
important?
Exactly.
no,
Right.
okay,
Exactly.
no.
Yeah.
Do we have any other questions?
We got some stuff coming in.
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna start from the bottom.
All right. I'm gonna put my glasses back on.
Because if I
Started
start
from the
top-
bottom now.
Oh,
All
Lord.
right.
Ready?
Yep.
All right, go.
Sandra says, "Real talk for the soul." All right.
Good. I hope so.
Yes. Because communication is so important,
It
and we
is.
just, I love the. So, you got another one. Deborah says, "I love the questions and responses."
Well, thank you.
Because why I say that about communication is because if we don't
You got another
learn,
one.
oh,
Yeah, you ready? Go
Go
ahead.
ahead and say your piece, baby.
I was just saying, if we don't learn how to find out how each other communicates,
Mhm.
then again, we're trapped in our old way of communicating.
course.
But somebody has to be willing to
Mhm.
do something different.
Different.
Mhm.
Right.
To recognize that, wait a minute, maybe this is not an effective way of communicating, because
Mhm.
the whole purpose of communication is so that you understand me and see me.
Mhm.
So I want to get back to that
Well, yeah,
question.
you know what? That's good because have you ever tried that before in a past relationship where you tried to be?
No.
No? Okay.
And that's what I'm saying. Like that had to that approach had to be something new for me
Okay.
as well.
Right.
Because in times past, if somebody told me, "Oh, well," you know what I'm saying? I
You're
don't
talking about
gotta
the
be
old
here,
Jeffery.
I'd be like, "Okay, cool," because there's another one right around the corner. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay, Beyonce.
Bye.
Bye.
You know what I'm saying?
Everything you own.
But at
you
the
gotta be here.
same, but the difference between then and now is I've seen her work.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen her work, and I also seen my value of what I bring to her life.
Mm.
It just wasn't a one-way street. But I think sometimes people get caught up in emotions, and right there in that moment, your feelings is hurt, and you say something that you really don't necessarily mean, and then later on that day, you like, man, I really shouldn't have said that. Do I
Mhm.
want to pick up the phone and call them and
Right,
apologize?
Or
Like,
is my
no.
ego taking
Yeah,
over?
my
Right.
ego, you know,
Right.
and you can mess up on a great opportunity if you allow those little small voices to dictate. But sometimes you just got to step back, breathe, like regroup, and come back to the drawing board again.
I like that. That was something.
What was
new.
the other question?
All right.
Aaron, I think we
same
got
one.
that. Yeah. That was the same one.
Was it?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Okay, so we got a question from inside. Raise up Barber Spa.
Jeffrey? Yes.
Mhm.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Mhm.
So the question was, Jeffrey said that sometimes you need a moment to step back and breathe. But then when Andrea said, wait, give me a moment. And he was like, no, I'm going to stay right here. So how did that work? That's like a two-headed coin,
Yeah.
right?
I had to
Okay, go ahead.
learn.
Mhm.
I had to, so that was my first approach. My first approach when she used to say, no, I need my space. I always used to take it as a
Smother.
Yeah, no, not a smothering, but no, but
You said you need space.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
I'm gonna show you how much I love you.
no, but seriously though, and that has helped me recently in therapy because I'm in therapy myself.
Mhm.
Like I believe in that. Like, and so most recently, what I've became aware of is that when Drea used to tell me, I need my space, I was holding on to things that happened to me before. Because being in a relationship previously and someone told me that they needed space, it allowed them opportunities to do other things behind my back.
Sure.
So
and that caused like infidelity and all that other stuff, right? And so space was a trigger for me, right? And so now when I hear Drea say, okay, we're having a disagreement, I need space, that simply means she probably want to go to the room. She probably gonna go to the meditation station. She probably gonna make a appointment at King Spa, whatever, right? And I'm okay with that because now I'm like, okay, cool. Because when she get out of this space, she gonna come back and we gonna be back tight.
Yeah, it's funny that you say that because that was really trust that you raise that barber spot. Can we get a little air, just a little bit? Got a fan? Just a little bit. So it was really that you needed to build that trust because, like you said, when she said something, you would say, "I'm not that guy," and so it's easy to recognize when someone else is bringing up the past, but then you didn't, in that moment, say, "You know what? I'm doing this because I have some that's a trigger for me." Instead of trying to explain to her why.
Did you explain that?
That's
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think back to the communication piece, right? I had to understand that certain words are triggering, right?
Girl,
and I had to figure out. I'm weird. Like we
It's
had
just me.
to figure out. I had to figure out a way to tell him what I needed without it being triggering, right? I also had to figure out how to communicate with him, not just saying I need space. It's like, that means I'm about to leave, and he thinks I'm doing something else, right? I had to be like, I just need a minute to process what we're talking about. I need to calm down. Like I had to actually communicate. What does that mean? What does space mean? And really break
what
that
am I
down
looking
for him.
for?
And what am I looking for?
Right.
And if I really want him to understand what I need in the moment, I have to be able to articulate that to him.
Yeah.
It's not up to him
Exactly.
to interpret that.
Yeah.
I need to articulate to him what that means.
Like,
Like,
I'm like, space? Oh no.
No, I know what is going on. You're gonna be right here.
You need space. You need space to go cheat and be deceitful. And
Right.
That's such a
Well,
good
you know what's
point.
interesting because
That's
I
that
remember
past
having a
that-
conversation. We had a conversation with a couple and he was talking and some things
Speak-
went on.
speak-
Oh,
speak-
some
speak-
things went on
Mhm.
where the guy was, dealt with some infidelity, but he said we had broken up. We had broken up. So it wasn't infidelity because we weren't together.
So it was just like you said. He was like, you know what? Let's take a break.
Yep.
Like let's break from each other for a moment. And then during that break, that was his opportunity to go and cheat. And then when she brought it up, but you cheated, he's like, well, I didn't cheat because we weren't together. We took a break. So exactly. And so
right.
and I think for men, right, when that happens, you understand exactly what that means. So you're looking at her as, wow, she wants to take a break, and who knows what she's doing.
Right.
That's and it's good that you're able to, when we're talking about communicate, right? Let me communicate to him what that means, and him also being able to communicate to you when you said something that was negative that had nothing to do with him from past experiences. When we, like you said, when we heal from, well, not only heal, but we're doing the work to get to that place so that we're welcoming relationships, right? That this one is going to work because I know my mistakes. And Jason and I were having that conversation. It's so hard to say it. I mean, it's so easy to say it, and it's actually hard to do it, right? When evidence or when you're looking at the outside, when we talk about don't look at what's on the outside, but that's in my face. It's like right here.
Yeah.
And it only takes literally a split second for something to bring back a memory that you thought you left behind, right?
No matter how much healing you think you've done.
Or how much self-worth,
It could
right?
be
Or
a smell.
self-talk.
It could be the time of day. It could be anything. that takes you back to that moment.
Yeah.
But I know one thing that we like to say is it's okay to disagree. And couples like to think that, oh, we're not supposed to disagree. You're absolutely supposed to disagree, but it's
Yes.
how you're disagreeing.
Yeah.
One, you have to do it with respect. Two, you have to actually see the other person's side.
You got a question?
Okay. This is coming from Reverend Patty.
You can ask me. You say her name.
Okay. I'm sorry, Reverend Patty. That's not for you. That's
That's Jamie over in the corner.
Right, yeah,
All right, Jamie.
Jeffrey. Yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Go
Absolutely.
ahead. You want to repeat,
Yeah.
repeat that?
Oh, I'm sorry. You said, do you think it was because you did the work on yourselves that you before you came together that
Mhm.
actually made it work?
Yeah.
Made it work.
Absolutely. Because I feel like walking into a new situation this time around, if I was the same person that I was or is bringing out from a previous thing into this, it wouldn't have worked.
Yeah.
Because working on myself, I learned my value. I learned what I was able to bring to the next relationship, which was this relationship, but also get into a place of learning boundaries, what I was going to accept, what I wasn't willing to accept, right? And so it was just that work, but it's hard work.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's hard to look in the mirror
Yes.
and
Yes.
say to yourself, I'm messed up.
Yep.
Or I'm the
And
problem.
Right.
And I'm the problem.
Right.
And I
Right.
need to fix it because, like, what fixed me? I'm perfect. I'm fine.
Yeah,
you
if they would have done this, then I wouldn't have to react that way.
Yeah,
So it was their fault.
exactly. And so I think that the biggest thing that needs to get out the way is ego.
Mm-hmm.
Ego needs to get out the way because at the end of the day, like for me, like I said, if I had to look at my oldest daughter, I have an oldest daughter that's 22.
Okay.
So I have so back then it was like, what if she brought a me home to me for me to meet? Yeah, the old me. I would be like, daughter, leave him outside on the curb, you know.
Right.
So I had
You didn't
to
approve of your own
yeah,
self,
I didn't even approve of my own.
And I'm gonna
self.
say, like, for me in my previous relationship, there was a level of like vulnerability that I lost because of distrusting
Right.
a partner.
Right.
Okay.
But with Jeffrey, I have no leeway to not be vulnerable. Like, I have to be vulnerable with him. I have to be open. Like, it's just like it's his personality. Like, early on, we discovered our connection, especially spiritually. And there's not much I can hide from him anyway if I tried to. So I might as well learn how to open myself up and how to be in a space where I can trust this person with everything, with
Right.
all of me,
Mhm.
because he has to trust me with all of him, and he has to be able to be vulnerable, and I have to create that space. But if I'm not able to do that, then this isn't going to work. And it was because of the work I did prior to meeting him that I learned how to kind of put that guard down a little bit when it's appropriate, right? Not with
Right.
everybody. Like,
Right, yeah.
Exactly.
not
Yeah.
everybody deserves that from you, and not everybody is worthy of that.
Yeah.
But when someone comes along who is, you got to be able to.
Exactly.
Exactly.
How do you do that? Like, you might think you're being transparent and you're being vulnerable, you're being open, but it's not until you're in a space with someone like, man, I really,
We can bring
it's
Yeah.
really,
a little bit closer.
Okay.
Just in case.
like,
Okay.
it's really required
Mhm.
for me
Right.
to really, like you said in the beginning, like, what is wrong with you? Like,
Yeah.
tell me that.
Like for
Don't
real.
tell me all the accolades. Don't give me the resume. Like, give me the between the lines stuff, because I need to know. I need to see that. And
I'm a
it's
little
like,
psycho on Fridays, right?
Right. No,
Got a little
but also I said that because working on self, I had to realize that I had to walk a certain different way, right? God was taking me into a whole different path. And so now my path is mindset is ministry focused. I'm more ministry focused. I'm more Bible in tune. I'm more in tune with what God is telling me, right? So with me asking her, what's wrong with you? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Let's talk about bad. So that way I know when I go in my moments of prayer, when I know I need to know how to cover you. Because I'm
Right.
choosing you. I need to know what you are working through, and you need to know what I'm working through, so we can communicate together and take it to Yeah, take
Yeah.
it to God, you know?
Uh-huh.
Absolutely.
The question was, do they pray together?
So I'm going to tell you that one of the things that did happen, we were talking about our first date, and after that, we went on another date. He actually had someone in his family make their transition, and a very close family member. And at that point, I don't know, it was just instinct. Like, we need to really develop a prayer life together. And he
Okay.
was like, well, we need to be prayer partners. And literally within, I don't know, the first 2 weeks of us dating, we chose a time and we prayed together every day at that time. I didn't care if he was driving, pull over. If I was at work, I was like, okay, hold on, I got it blocked out on my calendar, and we'd be intentional about that. We did that. I don't know. We slack off a little bit now, but at least the first 6 months, I would say we committed to doing that every single day in the beginning of our relationship.
Yeah, don't pull back.
Yeah.
Don't pull back.
Yeah.
Because it's just that little opening.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And sometimes, like, even if we just blessing our food, we gonna
Right.
say
Yeah,
something
exactly.
together.
Yeah.
Because the foundation is important.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
sometimes we think that we've gotten past that, but we always have to keep the foundation strong. And so that was a very good point.
Yeah.
But let's go back to the self-work. I know Sunday you mentioned you were like, I had to do the work on myself, right? I had to find out how do I love myself? What do I
Right.
want? And I think that's really important because so often we overlook that. When I have seen so many couples that when they go into relationships and you've had past experience, you want to change the person that you're bringing. You want them to, well, look at yourself. What's wrong with it? And the thing is that let that person do their self-work and you do your self-work so that when you come together, you're like, you've done the work. You know what I'm saying? And so I just feel like when you come into a relationship and people want you to change who you are and change what you do, then they're not really taking you for you.
Exactly.
Right. And it doesn't mean that you don't have things to work on. It means that, well, wait a minute. If you were attracted to me, then why do I have to fit into this box of whether it's whatever it is?
Yeah.
Right.
One of my dating philosophies prior to now was always like, I'm willing to compromise my practices, but not my principles.
Okay.
Right.
I love that.
I'm willing to modify the way I go about doing something if it means it's going to be better for our relationship.
Right.
But I'm not willing to compromise like the fundamental principles of like what I believe in and why I'm doing the things that I do. But okay, maybe I just need to execute it a little bit differently.
Right.
Right. So that's your point. Like I'm not trying to change you. You don't need to change me, but I can be open to changing certain things, but it doesn't mean I'm going to compromise my principles and like just change everything about myself.
Compromise those principles. Love it.
Yeah. Don't
Because
do that.
principles were not meant to be
changed.
compromised
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah,
What
absolutely.
was the importance of getting along with each other's family? Do you think that's important at all?
Yes.
That's
Yes.
He's like,
Okay.
Yeah, because I laugh because like I don't know. At first I was kind of like, okay, for me, like
Y'all know what's 707?
Yeah.
All right,
We're doing good.
Okay,
No, let my man. Hey,
okay, I'm
babe,
sorry.
why
I'm
you do that?
sorry. I
Okay,
know.
so first of all,
I
you're not on a time
apologize.
limit.
I
Sorry.
apologize.
So here's the thing. We were
I'll
thinking
take-
about getting a minister on, right?
A minister?
A minister.
Mhm.
And I said, Jack can go as long as you want. We can do a 3 hour. We can do a Joe Rogan type deal. He's not stopping, right? And she goes, oh my God. I was like, what are you stopping for? So anyway, he was in the middle of a good thought.
All right, guys, hold on. It seemed like every time we come to raise
it's a
Barbara
2 hour
Spot,
deal.
it's a 2 hour
And
deal.
I got a question over
Wait,
here.
I told him we were stopping at a hard 7.
Oh, well, they
But
still cutting
she's
and
still
working.
cutting. All right.
yeah.
It's something about this. We just feel comfortable. All right. So we got a question. So Jeffrey, hold on. Don't move. Don't move. Hold that question because I
Just
definitely
stay.
want to hear about family.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. I think it was from Singleversity.
Yep.
How do you distinguish between issues that are worth addressing and those that are better to let go of? All right. So we're
All
gonna
right.
get that
Yeah.
afterwards.
Honestly, I feel like what I was just talking about is a good gauge.
Mhm.
Is it something that compromises a principle, or is it something that you would have to compromise as a practice?
And or as
Is
a
it-
person. Yeah.
So is it just that I'll use one of our examples, loading the dishwasher, right? Like I am like a surgeon when I load the dishwasher. Like, it's got to be loaded a certain way. I know just how much I can. I'm like, y'all left all this stuff in the sink. All this could fit. Right? I'm shuffling it around. Right. But he's just like, he'll do it, and I'm like going behind him. He's like, why do you go behind me and change it?
It's so
like,
funny.
right?
Yeah.
And then we're going back and forth like, well, because there's a better way to do it. Well,
Right.
what makes it better?
Right.
Now we're
Right.
back,
Yeah.
right? Is it really worth? Is that it? Me letting him do it that way and put the pot in there and just letting it go?
That's
Right.
right. That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Right.
In my mindset
No
is this is one less thing that you don't
Right.
have to
He's
do.
like, but I did it so you didn't have to. It's like,
Exactly.
you're absolutely right. And in that instance, it's not worth going the back
It's
and forth
not.
because it's just not my way.
Right.
That's
Exactly.
It doesn't
right?
make it right or
Exactly.
wrong.
It
It's
doesn't
just
make
not
it
your
right or
way.
wrong. It's just not my way, and that's okay. If it's something
It's-
like genuinely like, don't go to church on Sunday. It's like,
Cause
wait, hold
she-
on, time out. What's going on?
We're
Okay,
going
wait.
to talk about this.
We're gonna have
Right.
to talk about that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you just want me to take a break, or
Right,
like, what's
right.
the issue? Right?
Right.
That's something that's a principle for me. I'm gonna be there. I'm going to, those type of things. I
Yeah.
think are a little bit different
Right.
when it comes to like compromising and just picking your battles on like what you're gonna fight for and what you're not gonna fight for.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, let's get back to the family question.
Oh, the
So
family.
is it important? Now, so I'm gonna ask it. Is it important, or how important was it that you got along with each other's family? Was family a priority? Oh man, he laughed the first time. and now he
Yeah,
really-
not in deep thought.
No, because
We
like
gave him a lot of
because
time.
it's like both. It's
Mhm.
like both. Like you would hope to be with someone
Mhm.
that your family really care for, right? Or
Yeah.
someone that open their arms up to the person that you're with.
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, it's your
Mm.
relationship.
You
Yeah.
think
Right?
so? You
It's your
think so?
relationship. And so I already knew, like, walking into things that my family dynamics, even with me dating, has always been different, right?
Mhm.
So my family dynamic, I grew up with both of my parents, and I have two older siblings. So growing up in love, like if my mother was still alive, my parents would be married for 63 years.
Okay.
And so, but my mother transitioned about 3 years ago, right? And so,
Okay.
but growing up in that type of environment, love, right? So we hug each other, we tell each other we love each other. We have a huge
This whole
family. My
family live on the
dad's
same
side,
block.
my mom's side of the family, like just come from that loving background. So what I found in dating is if you date someone that wasn't raised like you,
Mhm.
it was hard for them
Yes.
to recognize
Yes.
that this is genuine love.
Right.
It's okay for like my cousins and me and to hug every day and tell each other that we love each other. Like that's just what family do, right? So
Mhm.
in dating, it was very important for me to
Mhm.
find someone that understood that.
They have
Yeah.
those values, those
That
family
Right.
values.
Those family
that,
values.
right?
Mhm.
Because it's hard dating someone that don't.
Mhm. It creates
It's
tension.
hard dating
Yes.
Yes.
someone that don't understand that.
And you said at the end of the day, it's your relationship.
Yeah.
But so
So
if it boiled down to Drea or the family,
so even with that, right?
so how do you even navigate this?
So even with that, right?
Mhm.
Like family, I've been in situations like that too
Mhm.
before, right? Where
Mhm.
I've been with someone that my family really didn't care for,
Mhm.
right? And it did make for a harder relationship with my family, and it
Mhm.
caused a wedge.
Mhm,
Mhm.
But like I'm saying, and I had to see that.
mhm.
I had to see that what they saw, right? And
But you couldn't
sometimes-
see it when you were in a
I couldn't see
relationship.
it when you was in that
I'm not
relationship.
gonna
Right,
say.
exactly.
I'm not gonna say why you couldn't see
Yeah,
that. Nothing to
yeah,
do with the
right,
relationship.
right.
It had to do with the lights went off. But okay.
Right,
Right.
for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, but they not feeling what I'm feeling. You know
Right,
what I'm
Right,
saying?
right, right, right. Yeah.
But at the same time, though, it's just
I
like,
love this love and feeling.
yeah, you know, and so it's like I had to pick and choose that battle, right? Because it did become a battle. And
Mhm.
sometimes it did take me away from family functions
Yep.
because I didn't want to bring her around and it
Have
be
that
something-
tension and
Yeah.
yeah.
But with Drea though, it was just like
instant.
it was just instant for
Yeah.
both sides.
Mm.
Like when like
even
like
with our
she,
children.
yeah, because what she was talking about when my aunt passed away, she had to be introduced to my family very early because
Mm.
she came down to Kankakee to console me, because that was like after my mother passed away, she was like my second mother.
Wow.
So, and even in the midst of all of that, like getting the, like when Drea came, she stopped what she was doing. She was at a work site. So she showed up still with her hard hat, her vest, and steel toe boots on. I'm like,
his brother was like,
what?
Who is
You
that?
came? Yeah.
Who's the man in the relationship? What y'all doing?
Yeah. My brother was like, "You dating a construction worker?" No, man, she's an engineer, man. Like, no, but to me, it's like, oh my God,
That's
Right.
she came.
Right.
Like, I wasn't expecting her to come. And so even getting the word that I would have to eulogize my aunt, like that was tough. And so she was just like, "No, baby, you got this." They wouldn't have asked. So I'm like,
So you think it's important?
this is week 4.
Right.
Right.
So you
This
think
is week
Yeah,
Good
well,
night.
good
So
night.
you think that family connection is
yes.
important?
Extremely.
Absolutely.
All right.
Extremely.
Okay.
I think it is.
We got any more questions?
Okay.
Because we're gonna have to wrap it up. This
Dre
is
answer that one.
okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
No, it's extremely important, especially when we both have children from previous relationships.
Yep.
So even in the like for me, my immediate thought of family is the children, because they're the ones that are probably going to be the most affected, because we're their parents. And
Right,
if this thing really works out, we're going to be living together under one roof. And
Right.
how do they feel? And he would ask me like, well, if Aubrey doesn't like me, what will you do?
Right.
Right.
And it was just like, that was a tough one. Because
Wow.
I loved him. I thought he was great. He's amazing. But if my daughter comes into the picture and says, something about him I'm not feeling,
Then
how
Wow.
will I
I wanna hear
reconcile
this
that?
answer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thankfully, we didn't have that problem.
Right.
Because that would have been a really difficult decision to make. And I always told him, like, I would have had to figure something out, because I don't know how I would have, I wouldn't have been able to choose. It would have been really hard to choose. I think my answer to him was, I would have had to give her time.
Okay.
And help you guys develop a relationship with each other, because initially she has no reason to dislike you. She doesn't know you.
Right.
So if she initially just disliked you, maybe there's something in her that's just, okay, what is that?
Right.
What is it that you
Say
don't
it again.
like?
Say it again. It's what it was. Maybe it was something in
In
her.
you.
Maybe
Yeah.
something in her
Exactly.
that said,
Exactly.
I'm
Yeah.
not really liking this person, but
Right.
maybe she just didn't know you. So
Mhm.
let's take a little bit of
Exactly.
time.
Right.
And then over time, if it really genuinely didn't work, then it wouldn't have worked.
Okay. Right.
It would not.
You wouldn't
have
have
worked.
jeopardized it. That's
Right, I
that's our
wouldn't but I
principle.
wouldn't
Yeah.
have immediately just been like, oh, my daughter don't like you. That's it.
Right.
I would not
right.
have done that. I would
Right.
have given it a little, like, give it a little time, talk to her. You
And
guys
so-
develop
and-
something. Maybe
right.
see
You got-
if
you
it
have
works.
to-
her to
right.
to
You
kind of
have to-
establish
Right.
a
What
relationship
is it that
with
you
him.
don't like?
Right. You have to
Exactly.
kind of nurture that relationship,
Yes.
because you're just like, okay,
Yeah.
are you trying to take over my, my
Yeah.
parents' space? I mean, like, who are
Yeah.
you? What is this all about? So
But I'm
yeah.
just glad it didn't happen that way. Even our kids, when they first met, they gravitated towards each other. Even now, they're all really close. Like, so yeah, that was one of those things. I was like, oh, thank God I didn't have to.
Yes.
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 Yeah.
Okay. I don't think we have any more questions, do we? I hate to wrap it up. All right. I think we're gonna be ending this. We're gonna. Yeah, we didn't went over. I feel like
There is no time limit. I don't know.
There's a time limit. All
I
right.
don't know why you. So
So, all right. So, do we have one more question? So,
no, I don't think.
what
we
is
have
one bit of advice that you can give someone? For you, I'm gonna say who's dating
Mhm.
and hasn't found that person yet. And then for you, what bit of advice would you give someone who is married? And it's a bit of a struggle, right? It's a bit of a struggle. How do you work that out?
So I would say for someone who is dating,
Mhm.
back to what we were talking about, don't compromise your principles, but be willing and be flexible and vulnerable enough to possibly be open to compromising a practice. And I only say that because when you're doing that work on your own, I feel like I got it all together. I've done the work. I'm ready, and I'm ready to be in a committed relationship, and I'm ready to, go all in. But the dating process can be very demoralizing. It can be very
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
okay, there I have this strong desire for something. It's not showing up. Like, what am I supposed to do? And sometimes for me, I found that I was being very rigid about certain things. Like you said, find those non-negotiables and don't compromise those.
Mhm.
But be willing and flexible. Like, okay, just so happens, okay, the guy I met is 6'4". Great. All right, cool.
Yeah.
But if he was 6 feet or if he was 5'10", would it really compromise, or would it really compromise something in me? or would it keep me from being able to have a relationship with someone who really is of substance? Right. So I would just say be open,
Right.
and be willing to kind of like, I know you got that long list, but
Mm.
go through, filter that list out.
Exactly.
Through
Yeah.
the lens of, is it a practice or is it a principle?
Right.
Is it something
Mm.
that I can actually live with and negotiate, or is it something that's completely non-negotiable and I just can't live with that? You got to be 6'5" and that's it.
And,
No,
or,
right.
is, or is it something
Yeah.
from the past that's
It's
making
something
it a
from the past
And a
that's
lot of
making it
times, yeah,
non-negotiable,
and
and
we-
it really isn't.
Yeah, we
Mhm.
talked about that last night. A lot of times our boundaries and our non-negotiables come from pain.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And we bring
From
that
the
pain
past.
from the past, and we bring that into this relationship. Okay, well, last time I was disrespected, I was this, I was that, and I was a mat for that person. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be a doormat
So
for
it
this
makes
person.
us so rigid.
So I'm
and
rigid.
hard.
I'm not going to be this, right? So you
Mhm.
show up totally different than the way you really want to show up,
Yeah.
and then it doesn't work. And then you're going to
Mhm.
say, "Well, I'm not going to be this," and then you constantly adjusting. If you know what you want,
Yeah.
then be just that. You just, and then the universe can draw to you what you are, right?
Mhm.
So if you're a loving, kind, caring person, then be that all the
Mhm.
time.
Yeah.
When you changing, the universe don't know. Okay, well, this time you swinging more to the left or more to the right, you're gonna get that. And then when that person shows up, why do I keep attracting the same type of person?
Yeah.
Because of who you are.
And that's what you're focusing on.
Right.
Yeah, and that's a good point. What you said, like when the right person shows up, you won't be able to.
Yeah.
Right. Like
Mhm.
if you feel like being vulnerable and being open is being a doormat because someone will tread all over you.
Right.
Then
Mhm.
when you're in a relationship that really requires that with someone who is a safe space for you and
Right.
a safe place for your heart, you're not going to be able to open
Shift,
yourself in that way
right.
and shift
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you're just being too rigid. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Okay. How about?
That sounds good.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Good answer. Good answer.
Right.
Right?
Do you need her to repeat the question?
Yes, yes. So mine was for
David,
the
I'm
married.
not repeating the question.
Right, exactly. No,
David, are you watching?
no, but mine was for the married people.
Right.
that-
Who may be
that
struggling,
may be
and
struggling.
don't know what to do. I know you're like a newlywed and young at just this marriage, but you've been married before.
Mhm.
We all experience difficulty, and everybody has a
Yeah.
different way. But just what advice would you give?
Mhm. So my advice would be for those that are married, that's struggling with what not to do. Like my whole thing is always remember what got you there from the beginning. Like, and that's what I tell Drea in this relationship. Like, I look forward to still dating her.
Mhm.
I look forward to remembering what brought us to the point of getting engaged, what got us to the point of beginning to date, So never lose sight of that. But also work hard at what you want it to be for you and your spouse. Work hard, and that can look like anything. And it's only y'all in y'all relationship. And filter out what anybody else may have to say, anything anybody else have to think or whatever. Like tailor make it to be for you and your spouse. Find you some good people that you can lean on and talk to. Find you some other couples that's thriving,
Mhm.
that's successful,
Mhm.
that's going to push you towards your excellence. Because it's very easy to get caught up in those friends that's single and
Oh.
oh girl, I would do this and
Yeah.
oh man,
I wouldn't
if
let
I
them
was
say
you,
that
I
to me.
would.
Yeah.
It's so caught up, and that plays on our emotions and our feelings, and that's just who we are as human
Right,
people.
right.
Yes.
We're very emotional. And the moment we feel a certain type of way, we want someone to tag team
Yes.
and
Yeah.
partner up
Yep.
with
So
that. And so I would just say find you some good people that's locked
Positive
in,
people.
that positive.
High energy.
Yeah,
Yes,
high
yes,
energy,
yeah, for
Low
sure.
voice,
Yeah.
high energy.
That's
Yeah.
what help you to keep you to where you need to be, because love is a great thing.
Yeah.
It
Love
is.
is a great thing.
Yes.
And especially when you are with someone that love you, that go hard for you just as hard as you will go for them, lock it in and just enjoy yourselves. Always enjoy yourself.
Okay.
That's
all
How-
right. We
you
don't
got
have any more to
oh yeah,
read.
you
I'll
have
get
one.
another
Yeah, let
question.
me go ahead and put that on the screen.
Okay. All right. Let's see.
I want you to read this one.
All right. So
Okay.
Nancy says, "Hey guys, great conversation. Stop trying to end it, Tina." Hey Nancy.
I'm just saying.
That's funny.
All right. All right. Thank you, Nancy, for tuning in.
Yeah.
late. But
Thank you. You know what? You were right on time. You're not late, but that was
She was
perfect.
probably already there. and,
Right.
Don't end
But
it.
you were trying to
She
end
had
it.
She had to make a comment, so we had to what? Threaten to end it for her?
Right. For it.
All right. So again, if there's anyone out there, do we have any hearts at the top, Jason?
We
That
might, but
okay.
yeah, we got a whole bunch of them.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
We got a whole bunch
shout
of
out to everybody who heard it. Let's see.
Go ahead.
Oh shoot!
Yeah.
I can't see the names because I'm not in control. Jason
Yeah,
can,
but
and he won't give me control.
nope, I won't because you're accidentally in the show.
Like now. All right, guys. So make sure that don't forget, Jason and I dropped our new book, Taking Your Relationships Off Cruise Control. All right, so that one got a little damaged in the thing, but anyway, it's taking your relationships off cruise control, and it starts with chapter 1 about your relationship with yourself. Chapter 2, or the second chapter, however you want to call it, second section is your relationship with your family. The third one is your relationship with your coworkers and your career, your boss. The fourth one is your relationship with money, material things like that, and then the last one is your intimate relationship. That's the fifth chapter. So go, and because everything is relational, and we want to make sure that we realize that some of the things that we bring into our intimate relationships stem from either ourselves, our family, our jobs, our ideal of, like you said, is a non-negotiable. Oh, he has to make $1 million. Well, he's not worthy, right? Where do these things come from, and how do they play a part in our relationships, right? So like you said, he lost his job early on, right? So that could have easily turned into something ugly, right?
He got injured on his job.
What did I say?
He lost it.
Oh, he hurt. Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
He didn't lose his job. He got injured.
Right. Because then that would have been a different conversation.
I'll be putting all kind of wrong stuff in there.
Now you can't give a job.
Right.
Okay.
So he got injured, and immediately, if someone who may have stemmed from a family where that was an issue, and it triggers something, that could have been something that had nothing to do with you, but could have ended a relationship. So it's being aware of the things that really create and make up our relationship, our intimate relationships. And everyone knows, manifest a joy-filled relationship. That's about you guys, even though it say intimate, it's about everybody. So also, do you guys have anything you want to shout out? Anything you want to
doing anything?
No.
Yeah.
All right.
Stay tuned.
So
stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Mia's over there. She has her Chubu. I know. Chubi. So she has her Chubi, and it's a hair ton. It's a hair and scalp oil elixir, and she can't come on camera because
she's working.
She's doing her thing right now.
Yeah.
Because we are at a spa, a Raise Up Barber Spa. So they got some clients up in here. So I sometimes I share it. So if I share it, just know, go out and get that hair and oil. I hear it's
Elixir?
the bomb. She said
Elixir.
I'm going to get me some. Yeah. And then don't forget, guys, come to Raise Up Barber Spa, 1901 East 79th Street.
In Chicago.
That's right. Yeah. Minority and Black owned, Black woman owned.
Yes.
And get some services. They got the feet and the nails and the haircut and just fixing men up,
Yeah.
Jason's bald, so he can't. He bald all over.
Yeah, that's right.
She just tightened up some hair and some mustaches and some goatees and all that. All right. So we just want to thank you, Kesia, for allowing us to
be in here. We really appreciate you.
All right, you want to say anything?
Oh, I get you to say something?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, just a little bit of time. Before I end it. Let's see. Somebody else said something.
Yeah.
Our
girl Regina, our super fan.
Super fan Regina said, "What is just emojis?
Yeah, emoji.
All right, it's probably a happy face and all. What is that, Andrew? What's that?
Thumbs up, clapping, waving, smiling, hearts, loving.
Party time.
Party time. All right. It is TGIF. So does that end it?
No, it doesn't.
Next Friday, guys, we're gonna have which couple?
I don't know. I didn't.
We're trying to get for the 26th. We're trying to get Lisa and David here, or David and Lisa here, because they are from another state. So we're trying to get them here to come for the married couples event on
the 27th.
At the 27th of September at Christ Universal Temple. We will have a meet and greet for couples, committed couples, married couples, and engaged couples. Yeah. Keyword couples. All right. So if you're single, we apologize. We're
Wrong group.
We're gonna let the singles ministry know that you guys want something.
Right.
But we have a meet and greet at 11:30 at Christ Universal Temple. But we're trying to get Lisa here then. So we're gonna have another couple on next Friday. So tune in from 6 to 7. Anything else?
6 to 7.
6 to 7.
It's 6 p.m. That's how it's
At
wherever.
6 p.m. What time it is?
So we can go 6 to 7 because it's just us. But when you get 2 extra people on,
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
can't
you
do
gotta
an
give
hour like that.
Give
It's
it a
just
little room.
you need some runway, right? Because new thoughts coming to your head.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. We didn't even cover everything. So guys,
See,
don't
that's what-
forget,
that's what I'm
go to YouTube Legendary Relationship
Yep.
and scroll down to
Guest appearances.
guest appearances and watch both the CUT Sunday service with the panelists and the CUT Rewind,
Yep.
Collective Rewind,
Yep,
CUT
we had
Collective
fun.
Rewind.
Yep.
All right. So we talked about it. So that was great. Anything else? Because we
Well,
get ready to
can I
end this.
say-
I know. Can
We're
you,
getting ready to end this.
Did
I
we
haven't
get-
even said my piece.
oh, you didn't say your piece. I thought you want to say something.
Yeah.
You didn't give my option. But
You
anyway.
did, and then you took it right back.
Well, I just want to say thanks for having
Yeah,
us. Like,
thank
this is
you.
we really appreciate you asking us because we have a lot to share. Clearly,
Yeah.
And we didn't even get it all
Right,
out.
right.
Right. We didn't even get it all out. Right.
but the opportunity to be unguarded, but even in a safe space, not
Mhm.
feeling like you gotta
Yeah.
exploit us or anything.
Yeah, we
like
don't
that.
do the
Like, just
gotcha stuff
creating
here.
A safe space
Yeah.
and allowing us the opportunity to be open.
Mhm.
So we definitely
Yes.
appreciate that.
You
Yeah,
are welcome.
well,
and thank
you're
you
welcome.
For saying yes. I'm always thank you for saying
People have to see what love really looks like, not the fairy tale stuff. The stuff when someone tells you I can leave, and then how do you react? Because that's not the first time somebody on here heard that,
Yeah.
Right.
and
Right.
somebody
Or
had to
someone-
deal with
Yeah.
that.
yes. Or someone said
And
it.
And then
Someone
and it
did.
probably took
Yeah.
them somewhere
Yeah.
like, man, I said that, and it didn't end well for me. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Now
Right.
that could have been your person,
Yeah.
right? But that one thing could have ended it. So it's just the things that we come up with, right?
Yeah.
So we have to be careful of that. But what I wanted to get into was our new community. It's a school community, and
That's
we'll,
SKOOL.
yeah, a school community for mindset. It's called Mindset Attracts. And so what that is we're going to talk about relationships. We're going to talk about all the things that deals with you and your mind, whether it be relationship, jobs, family, money, whatever it is, self development, all of those different things.
The importance of
The
mindset.
importance. So it's going to be about $9 a month or $50 for the year annually. So we'll open it up probably next week. We're just putting the finishing touches on that, and it's a new community, and we just ask that you join, and then you grow with us. So a lot of these type of conversations, a little bit more would be offline and be inside of the community where we can actually learn and grow
And create a safe space.
and create an even more safe space there. So it'd be about community, right? It'd be community members supporting community members, and that's what it's all about, right? So we're not just one off and left by ourselves. It's a community, right? So that's what we're building.
And guess what? All are welcome.
Yeah.
Not just married couples.
Yeah, that's true. Right? Yeah,
It's
oh,
about
well,
individual growth.
yeah,
It's
because
about doing the work.
right, because what we end up talking about is mindset, right? How does your mind? And sometimes we need to work on things, and you need to bounce it off with somebody like a Jeffrey and be like, man, you know what? How did you work on yourself? How did you look in the mirror and say, I don't like what I see?
Absolutely.
Because that's very difficult. It's hard to look in the mirror and just stare into your eyes and just look into like your soul and be like,
It is.
this person right here, I'm not
Yeah.
liking right now.
Yeah.
In this season, I'm not liking it.
Absolutely.
Right.
And to realize that your mindset is the most powerful thing you have.
Mhm.
Mhm.
When you are feeding yourself negative thoughts or negative beliefs, or even if it's little subtle things like, man, why do I do stupid things like that? Like that right there, we have to realize that we have to shift our mindset, right? We have to, again, be intentional
Mhm.
and be aware of these things. So it's about talking about growth, elevation in a different way.
Yep.
Right? It's about building a community that realizes that my mindset is either going to propel me or it's going to keep me stuck.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So watch out for that. And if you're not on the email list, hit us up at info@legendaryrelationship.com. We can put you on the email list, but we'll be posting about it. You'll be hearing a lot about it. So it's all over, right? So we're just trying to build community all over the world.
And don't forget to, if you are not a subscriber to our channel, you can go to YouTube and it's at Legendary Relationship. Please subscribe so that you can be notified whenever we come online or whenever we're doing a special event or whenever we have a special product, whatever it is. Please go and subscribe. share, like, and subscribe. So please make sure that you share this with someone who you know that may need this conversation, and just put like a @ in their name. And that's all you have to do. You don't even have to make a comment. That's it. But
That's
make sure you share and like, because if we don't have these conversations in our communities, and that's any community, if we don't start talking about things that build stronger relationships, then there aren't any good, right? We have to start with at the ground level. We start with the family. That stronger couples bring that stronger family dynamics makes stronger. That stronger couple dynamics makes stronger family dynamics, which makes stronger community dynamics. I was gonna get it out.
Yeah, you got
right?
it. And then it just mushrooms from there, and then it becomes a
does.
better world, right?
It becomes a better world,
Right.
because when we feel better, then we can go out and interact
Absolutely.
with people. Because when we're miserable, everybody
We
you
see
carry-
everything miserably.
You carry that misery with you.
Yes,
It
and you attract
shows
more
up.
people that's
Yes.
having that same conversation.
Yeah.
One last thing, go out and grab the book. You guys did a wonderful time last time. You made us Amazon bestsellers. So do us the favor again. Go out to Amazon, or you can just go to our website, legendaryrelationship.com. Grab the book. You know, this time, grab about 5 of them,
Yeah.
right? 5 to 10.
That's right.
You know,
Pass 'em out.
because you may understand it, or you may get it just like, I'm going to get it to just to support. Get it and give it out to someone else. Sometimes it's the greatest gift. I know Reverend Patty in here, she gave
No,
out.
she left. She, forever.
She I don't know. She had a bunch of them, 6, 7 books that she purchased, and she was giving them away. Thank you very much. There's a couple of people that did that too.
And it's important because it's about mindset. It's about shifting your perspective to be open, like Andrea said, to be open to what is going on with me. Why do I respond this way? Why do I act this way? And as Lisa said, what is the root cause? How do I uncover that and then get rid of it out of my life? Because you're just attracting more of it. All right. So I think that's it. We have any more questions?
Nope, that's
Any more
it.
things? I think that's it. If
Don't
we miss
accidentally
you,
put that up there.
I know we. Oh,
Yeah, you touch it.
I
Yeah.
know I'm touching stuff. All right. So,
But I so enjoyed this conversation.
Yes,
Thank you
yes,
again for coming on, for being transparent and
thank you.
being
Thank
open
Thank
for
you.
this.
for being
Guarded.
guarded.
And
Because
sometimes
at first, Andrea was like, I would like to, right?
Yeah.
So we thank you. So guys, Chubby, CHUB,
you.
CHUBIE. All right.
All right.
And don't forget to give
And
some
what's the
love to-
website? Is it .net?
All right,
Okay.
so Chubby.net, CHUUBIE.net.
Yep.
Go out and get it. And then don't forget to send some love to Raise Up Barber Spa and the owner, Kesia. All right, so thank you. Is there anything else, honey?
Let me see. if
You
it's
you
in.
all queued up to ready to
I
get
am
on
not-
out of
I
here?
am not queued up at all.
See when we get out. But guess what? Next time we got something for you. All right. We
Mhm.
all ready?
Oh, we're not ready at all, baby.
All right, you
Well, we
gotta say
getting
something while he getting ready. He gotta do our take us out of here. Yeah, he gotta X us out of here.
Well, just continue to love on each other, continue to grow, continue to have faith, and just love. That's it.
Yeah, that's good.
That's it. Yep.
Yeah, so you got-
Yep. Yep. Yes,
All right,
love.
say bye to the family. Thank you for
Okay.
everybody for
Thanks,
tuning
everybody.
in.
Yep.
Thanks for the kitties. Thanks for all the comments and the questions. We appreciate it. We didn't even get through all of our questions from Sunday, but that's all good. It was a great conversation. I enjoyed it. And wow,
Yeah.
he is really
Making a change.
all right.
All
And
right.
then I'm like, so we went,
Okay, I got you.
we were on location, and Jan was looking over on the thing.
Yeah,
'cause
she
was all in the
she
video.
eye hustled on my comments and stuff. I had to keep her out of them.
All right, so we ready?
Yeah. We out of here.
All right, guys,
All
we
right,
love
take
and
care.
appreciate
Appreciate you.
And
And as always, we're in it to win it. Till next week, guys. Love you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Lovin' Beyond the I Do podcast. Head over to iTunes to subscribe and leave a review. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Legendary Relationship, or visit our website at legendaryrelationship.com. Till next time, remember to make every day count.